conversation, and on this segment, we'll be discussing upgrading traffic gridlock and emergencies infrastructure. Lagos is Africa's fastest growing megacity, with millions of people and vehicles sharing its road network every day. So while economic activities continue to expand, traffic congestion, road crashes, flooding, and other emergencies remain major challenges in the state. And of course, this affects productivity, safety, and of course, quality of life. And joining me to discuss this morning is Adebayo Taofiq. He's the Director, Public Affairs, LASTMA. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, let's start this way. For people who will not understand what upgrading traffic gridlock, because once they hear LASTMA, it's traffic alone that comes to their mind. For those who do not understand in upgrading traffic gridlock and emergency infrastructure, what it actually means, I'd like you to, explain it briefly for them.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. And I say good morning once again. When you want to look at upgrading traffic gridlock and emergencies, you are looking at how the government is combating traffic gridlock in every part of the state, and our response they are to emergencies on our roads.
Okay.
And when you look at the strategic position of Lagos as a fastest growing city in Africa, you will understand that you have a lot of, from statistics available, out of the 100% vehicles that you have in Nigeria, it is statistically, revealed that you have more than 65% of this vehicle stays in Lagos.
In Lagos.
And that has put Lagos at an edge where, when you talk about traffic management it has to be, technological driven. And that's the direction the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority is going now.
So I'd like you to assess the traffic situation in Lagos right now. Let's start from even before the rain started, and of course what we have on ground now.
Yeah, thank you very much. Before the rain started, the agency introduced a series of measures at combating traffic.
Okay.
One of the ones that was recently launched was that of the LASTMA toll-free hotline, which you could reach out to LASTMA in English, Yoruba, or Pidgin. That is 3367. 3367.
Okay.
That's the new LASTMA short code toll-free hotline. The essence of coming up with this toll-free hotline is for motoring public to reach out to LASTMA in case of any emergencies, accidents, breaking down of vehicles on the road, or any other traffic-related incidences on the road, so that there will be a quick response and a quick intervention from our officers. And don't forget the fact that in Lagos, LASTMA has well over 48 zonal offices, and the BRT, 7 BRT units that move around the state, nook and cranny of Lagos, to ensure that people get to their destination at an accurate time.
Okay.
And with this, whatever happens on the road, LASTMA will be the first responders that respond to it. And out of all these 48 zonal offices that you have our officers deployed at every choke point across Lagos. There is no any part of Lagos road that you go that you won't meet a LASTMA officers. Now with this 3367, once you call the number, if you are at any position, any location in Lagos, once you call this number, we will receive it and direct it to appropriate zonal office that will be very close to your location, which of course will now necessitate a kind of a prompt intervention from our officers to, to come to your aid. Okay,
why would I want to call a LASTMA officer, or why do I need to call this hotline when we have LASTMA officials on our roads? I'd like you to just, take us through the situations why we have to call.
For example, like you have one of our very vibrant zonal officers at Iyanoworo. You have another one at Lagos Island. In case if you have any incidents in between Adeniji to Iyanoworo, on 3rd Mainland Bridge,
which is crucial,
automatically you need to call that LASTMA toll-free hotline. Either it's an emergency or a breakdown. And I want to seize this opportunity to appreciate motoring public, particularly drivers who have been making use of this toll-free hotline.
Okay.
They've been doing wonderfully well. And of course, once you call that toll-free hotline, we quickly, if it is one that is very close to that of Adeniji, we quickly draw the attention of officers at Adeniji to that access. And if it is the one very close to Yanoru, we quickly draw the attention of the one at Yanoru. And if it is the one at Adekunle, we chose the one at mainland local government so that for the quick intervention. These are the areas. And moreover, even if you have a broken down vehicles on the road, you still have LASTMA officers. If you make use of this hotline, you see our officers. If it is the one that is beyond LASTMA, we look out for other high capacity equipment to intervene. And at times, if it is something that is not really direct to LASTMA, for example, if you have a lifeless body on the road, which of course is not a kind of a real responsibility of LASTMA, but of course we had a synergy, a collaboration with other sister emergency responders in Lagos. That would, if you call that number, we'll send it across to Shemo, State Environmental Health Monitoring Unit, that there is a lifeless body at a particular location that will need their intervention. They quickly go there. And of course, if you have probably you have a fire attending locations, and you know, being LASTMA, with the spread of LASTMA at every nook and cranny of Lagos, who will be the one that will first cite this kind of an incident, will now draw the attention of the Lagos State Fire Service to it. And if an accident happens, you have victims, you have either drivers or occupier of such vehicle that had a degree of injuries. It's for us now to draw the attention of LASTMA who will come to their aid and give them a first aid treatment, or if it is something that we need for them to take it to higher medical, whatever, they will take it to general hospital.
Okay, we still haven't talked about the traffic situation, which I asked earlier, that what's the traffic situation in Lagos now? Before
the rain started,
here,
I would want you to believe with me that the traffic has been curtailed by the agency to about 85%.
Okay.
The only 15% left were, a kind of human error, which of course it is not a natural thing.
Okay.
For example, you have people that while moving, they would want to pick friends or relatives or family at undesignated bus stop. Undesignated bus stops, that will cause traffic as well. Or you have a commercial bus operators, both cars and buses. You have them operating at an illegal garages around every part of Lagos. These are the major causes of this very traffic. That was before the rain. And of course, before the rain, the agency, roll out an enlightenment campaign. That is, we move out from garages to parks, start enlightening road users on the need for them to comply with traffic regulations. And with this, community intervention by the agency also assists us very well. But during the rainy season, there are a lot of things encompasses and that brought about this very traffic situation. One, Lagos only experienced a flash flood. It's not a real flood that you can talk about, because immediately after the rain subsides, everything will just go away. And you have people. Most of this, flooding that you are having are caused by majority of the citizens of the state. You have some of our people that whenever it rains, they come out, they pour the refuse inside the drainage system, which of course at the end of the day will move from where they had poured it to a secondary one and block the free flow of water within the drainage alignment. This one causes a lot of flooding. And anywhere it's flooded like that, you will understand that driver will be moving slowly, and this will give a kind of a backlog slow movement, and which would come about traffic at a particular area. And that is why you have our officers. Anywhere you have this flash flood, you have them with their raincoat, with the boat, standing directly inside that water, trying to direct motorists for them to know where to move on and where not to move. And moreover, areas where you have portals, we've been drawing the attention of the public works to it, which of course they've been working seriously to ensure that most of these portals are being patched. Like the one at Anthony now, Batola and Anthony, even as the rain was still dropping, they ensured that they went there and put an interlock just for easy movement, the kind of a palliative, yes, palliative from Batola linking, Anthony. They went there, even from Anthony linking Oshodi. There's another very big portal under the rain. They went there and still fill it as well, just as a palliative before, because immediately the rain subsides, then they would come up with a kind of a permanent solution to it.
So are you trying to say right now that, human factor is more responsible?
Is more responsible, is more.
Even
okay, look at
Odoyalaru,
for example. We used to experience flash flood on Odoyalaru Bridge. But once our officers carry out a kind of a research and assessment on it, we discovered that all the little drainages that you have at the edge of the bridge, you discover that initially, before the construction of the road that links up with Okpebi to Odoyalaru, we used to have people that produces cane chairs and what have you under the bridge. Whenever rain falls, the water would pass through that drainage channel on top of the bridge. It will drain down, and you have mechanic there. The water do disturb them. So some of them will climb on top of the bridge to go and block all these drainages. They will block all these drainages in order for the water, just to maintain on that very particular bridge. It doesn't go down
to where they are doing their business.
Where they are doing their business. But now, what LASTMA does before the construction of that bridge, because all of them have been, sent off from that under the bridge now, you have our officers with their raincoat and boot now, trying to rechannel that drainage alignment so that the water will flow off that particular bridge. And not only that, you have some other section of the state where this kind of a thing is happening. But kudos to the Lagos state government who have been coming up with a lot of measures now, like the clearing of drainages now by local government and LCDAs across the state. It's a welcome development just to ensure that you have a free flow of water within the drainage alignments.
Fantastic. So, but let's talk about LASTMA themselves and your officers, and of course the public. There's always one issue or the other. But one thing I've seen most of the time is your LASTMA officers, forcefully gaining, access into a person's car. Is that allowed? Is that one of the things you tell them to do? Is it part of their mandate of LASTMA?
It's not.
So why does this occur often?
You see, okay, let me just say this. What you've just narrated now will be something that has happened in about 2 or 3 years ago. It's not. Yeah. I mean, I understand. I know what I'm talking about. It has reduced drastically with the present trend of management that we have. You see, when the crop of management we have at LASTMA, when they came on board in about 2.5 years ago, what they did was to embark on training and retraining of our officers, and this has brought about the new face of LASTMA on Lagos Road. When you see our officers now on the road, they comport themselves very well because they've been trained in a lot of areas, emotional intelligence. Enforcement without aggression. And we not only train them within the agency, we collaborate with other sister agencies, like the one we did with Nigerian police at training school at Ikeja. We did one with another private, private training institute for our officers. But what I'm talking about now, you see, in every organization, you can't rule out this bad elements. You can't rule it out. And I must tell you that part of the complaint that we received just last year, 2025, I will stand there to tell you that about close to 8 to 9 officers of our agencies were dismissed from service based on a report that we had from Motoring Public about their activities on the road. They were sent away by the legal after passing through all the necessary civil service processes. You have about 10 of them that were demoted. You have some that went on suspension. You see, these are to tell you that, fine, I can't say we have 100% upright LASTMA officers on the road. We still have bad elements that replicate in every other organization. Like at this very station now, you will still have a bad element among some of your staff. It's not all your staff that are upright, but the ability to manage this few bad element is what makes the management to be upright. So if you are saying that you have LASTMA officer that struggles crying, I would say just this time around, hardly you will hear that. But if you find anyone still doing that, you can make use of that LASTMA toll-free hotline and get across to us. Okay. But of course, I made both to let you understand that hardly we had that report these days.
Okay.
Because the man at the helm of the affairs, Mr. Olalekan Bakare, and his team, they don't tolerate nonsense. And the mode of operation and enforcement, even within the zonal offices, has been streamlined now. Unlike before, where you have every officer that goes out, if you found any traffic infractions or you have people misbehaving, you could just go ahead and enforce. This time around, at the level of the zonal offices, if you don't have a zebra or the alpha out of these two, a most senior officers among all the officers within the zonal office must be on ground while you are enforcing. You understand? Must be on ground while you are enforcing.
Sometimes I wonder why there's so many
these junior officers now, you don't have them, you cannot find them enforcing traffic law. I don't know. The only thing they have is they have the TMS camera. Instead of them coming across to you, they will use the TMS camera to capture any traffic infraction. And these ads really make the job of LASTMA to be very smooth. And
once they do that, what will happen after they take the picture?
The camera is just like a handy phone.
Okay.
Yeah, people misplace it for a TMS machine.
Okay.
So they say LASTMA, but it's not. It's just like a phone like this. Okay. When you commit a traffic infraction, it will be placed like 50 meters, 100 meters from where you had committed it. Okay. It will record the make of your vehicle, the registration of your vehicle, the areas, location, the time, and the kind of obstruction you have committed. So within few minutes, if they place it on your vehicle, you receive a notification on your phone. Yeah, you receive it.
It's not like that.
It's like that, my dear sister. You receive that notification on your phone. Really? And at the center of the video of that notification, if you just tap the arrow at that center, it will play the video of your vehicle, how you have committed that traffic infractions to you. So you will now see your vehicle, you see your registration number as of the time and the location where you have committed this traffic infraction. Now, under this very video, you have another two buttons. One says payment, the other one says challenge. If you concur with what you saw in that video, then you press the payment. It will take you to another window. You effect the payment of the fine accrued to the offense you had committed. Okay. But the government now look at it that, okay, probably you might have a genuine reason, to you that you believe that you have a reason to have, causing that obstruction. Okay. That is when you press the challenge button. The challenge button will take you to another window. You type the reason why you have committed such offense. Okay. And that will now send you a date and a time where you meet at the mobile court. Because at that level, LASTMA cannot adjudicate that matter anymore. Both of us will be present before a magistrate at a mobile court. You will tell them your own story. We will provide with useful information, with the video and photographs that we have. Then the magistrate will now judge. That'll be tough. So that's the trend at which we are going. Okay. Just late last year, the management introduced another drone system. We now use drone technology to monitor traffic. Because we discovered that, let's assume at Adekunle, in between 3rd Mainland Bridge, if you have an incident that happened there, fine, you have an officer at Adekunle, you have one at Adeniji and Iyanoro, that will try to pass an information across. Then for us to deploy, if it has caused a traffic, we deploy our trooper down to that axis. Okay. But this time around, now, right at our office, we fly a drone. The drone will take us within few seconds. It will tell us what really happened at that middle of 3rd Mainland Bridge. Okay. It will tell us what is causing that traffic at that 3rd Mainland Bridge. Okay. So at that spot, at that spot, we will now look at, what is the immediate remedy, immediate solution to it. If there's something that has to do with LASTMA, we deploy the closest of our office to that area. If there's something that has to do with probably an accident or probably
or broken down truck or vehicle,
we deploy articulated, high capacity. If it is the one for just a towing truck, a towing vehicle, we deploy there. If it is one that requires high capacity towing truck, we make arrangement for that and take it there to remove it. Unlike before, where you first of all go and study it, then you now come back to arranging for how to remove it manually. Okay. But this time around now, It's just within the twinkle of an eye that we get this thing up the road. Look
I
at the
like
one
that
that happened
upgrade.
during the Salah time at Kara Bridge. You know, we discovered that a lot of people went into ram business, goat business during that Salah period. They now packed everything on the road. Narrowed the expressway just to a single lane. Now, when this thing first happened, Lagosians complained. We said, okay, we look at it that this thing fall under our neighboring state.
Ogun State, yes.
But let me tell you something, my dear sister. Whatever happened within the neighboring state very close to Lagos, the aftermath effect is what our people bears in Lagos here. So the government cannot fold its arms and say, okay, because it falls within the neighboring state, we have to take care of our people here. So we quickly intervene to address that situation there. So LASTMA quickly moving. The general manager deployed more LASTMA personnel to that Kara Bridge at Ogun.
Okay.
And, you know, disperse all these ram sellers, creates a very wider 3-lane for motorists to pass. And we maintained that till 2 weeks after that Salah.
Okay, I know you found a solution to it, but was there any kind of collaboration at all with the Ogun State government or the sister or the
we do have with Trace in Ogun State.
Yes, that's
but the major one that we have is with the Nigerian police and that of the Federal Road Safety.
Oh, okay.
The collaboration is very solid. Anywhere you see LASTMA, when it comes to accident or emergencies or broken down of trucks where you have casualties, either fatality or injuries, you meet police, you meet Federal Road Safety, and you meet LASTMA, you meet SEMO, you meet LASTMA. They also play very vital.
So during all this collaboration with LASTMA, LASTMA, and the others, who now is in charge of operations when you have all these other agencies, you know, working together?
You see, everybody has a role to play.
Okay.
Like a situation whereby you have an accident, where you have people, where you have injuries, that people that sustain injuries.
Okay.
The first thing LASTMA does, because we are the first responder, when we get there, we put a call across to LASTMA for their interventions. They will come on board. While the LASTMA were busy attending to accident victims, we were ensuring that the activity doesn't disturb free flow of traffic.
Okay. So at what point does LASTMA now come
in? I'm only citing an instance. It's not on every emergency
that you have
situation
all the agencies.
that you have all them together. Okay. No.
Thank you. Okay.
If it has to do with a related one, like if it is a life, as I cited an instance when we started, if it is a lifeless body on the road, you don't call any other body than SEMO, because that's their own statutory responsibility. Sure. And if it has to do with fire outbreak, or probably you have a tanker, loaded tanker, either with PMS or diesel, that has a problem on the road. Okay. Before you evacuate it, before you tow it, you must get the support of the fire and Lagos Fire and Safety Services. They must be on standby. Because in the course of trying to remove it or evacuate it on the road, if there's a little crack, it might ignite. So that's why you have them on ground.
Okay.
So these are the ways at which government is managing emergencies and traffic in Lagos for now.
So coordination when it comes to collaboration is always
we are all on standby. We are all on standby. And all the divisional police that you have in Lagos, whenever there's an accident, they usually come on board as well. They provide security.
Okay.
They provide security for traffic. Emergency responders, including passers-by and every Lagosians. They come on board as well.
Okay,
so we have a very good synergy with the the Lagos State Police Command. We have it because whenever anything happens, when you put a call across to them, the CP always ensure that the police division, very close to where the incident happened, deploy their men down to the location.
Okay, let's still talk about broken down vehicles and trucks on our roads. Many Lagosians still complain that accidents take too long to clear. Has this improved? And what usually delays this clearance of these broken down vehicles? And what's the response time like to when the incident happens?
The response time has improved drastically. But I must say there's still room for more improvements, because at this point you just have to be plain and be open.
Yeah.
What we have done so far at the level of, you have a response team from LASTMA. You have the, rescue team, rescue and monitoring team from LASTMA. You see, when you have an officer that resumes 6 to 2, you have the one that resumes from 2 to 10. You have the rescue team of LASTMA that moves out from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning. And they equally operate during daytime. Whenever incidents happen, if it involves high capacity articulated truck.
Vehicle, yeah.
Now, don't forget the fact that if it is something that you cannot just immediately make use of a light towing vehicle to remove, you have to get high capacity truck. Okay, for example, the one you have at LASTMA response unit at Fatai Atere, Axis of Oshodi now, though they've decentralized it this time around. If something happens within the Baja axis now that requires high capacity towing truck,
a while to get
it will have to move from
Fatai
here down to that
Baja.
axis.
Okay.
When you look at the time of movement, then you believe that it might not really, measure up with the United Nations International Standard of Response Time.
Exactly.
Because of our own peculiarity. But of course, we have improved more better than what the position we were yesterday. But we still have at a point where we are going ahead. So these are some of the things that causes delay. And again, another thing is you have our people, whenever incidents happen, the attitude of our people also causes delay. And that was why the Lagos State government is carrying out an enlightenment campaign whenever there are incidents that happened on the road. The members of the public should give way for emergency responders. Look at a situation whereby you have a collapsed building. People come around, taking pictures, doing all sorts of things. And you have a bulldozer coming to assess where you have the collapsed building. A lot of them will just be on the road without giving, and you have vehicles parked haphazardly on the road, causes all this. So these are the things that are still affecting the response time.
And still needs to be worked on.
To work on, but we not where we were yesterday. We had improved on that, but there's still room for more improvement. But I must tell you, at any point in time now, where you have broken down of any truck, anything that happens on the road, LASTMA is in charge of that, and LASTMA always move to get to that location and remove such. Okay.
My next question or observation or comment is about our commercial vehicles of every form, whether the yellow and black buses or the smaller ones they call Kurupe, or the other ones, Marwa. They seem to be immune, no traffic agency or agent or official can, arrest or chastise them or penalize them for anything. Most of the time I see our LASTMA officers, they look away and allow them to just do whatever they like on the road. Why is this so?
Well, they are not immune at all.
They are not?
Moreover, yes, they are not.
They seem to be
and it's not bigger than all of us. It's not as if LASTMA officers looked away.
Okay.
You see, when you are enforcing a traffic law on commercial buses, you have to be very, very extra careful. The reason being that you have to first think of your own safety.
Okay.
The safety of the driver of the commercial bus, the safety of the passenger, even the safety of the motorboy, which is the conductor. You have to be very, very careful. Now, let me cite an instance. I live in Ikorodu. I was just coming from home, approaching K2. You have 2 or 3 other commercial buses, trying to get passengers on the main carriageway. Immediately they sighted the LASTMA van coming, they decided to, take off recklessly. And at the end of the day, the media you have that demarcated, those going to Ojota and those coming.
Yeah.
This guy drove and plied that media, bang, bang, and face back to my 12. Now, people now start, that is, the irony of it was, people we are not, attacking the commercial buses now. What they were saying, LASTMA only. LASTMA is the one pursuing them. LASTMA, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that is the reason why you have to be very, very careful. And this time around, with the advent of technology now, when they commit such infractions, we'll pick them with our TMS camera, or we take a video or photographs of that traffic infraction.
And you sanction them?
No, we don't hold on, madam. You take that. Then at our own comfort zone, probably, okay, you have a vehicle that commit traffic infractions at K2, and it's going towards Yabahasis. When you take this video and these pictures, you have other officers ahead who would send this to them, either at Fadei, either at Anthony, either at Ojuelegba. The officers at our own comfort zone, you will get this very driver, you get it apprehended. You will get it. And again, just about 2 weeks ago, along Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway, you have a commercial bus that just parked on the road, dropping passengers and picking passengers. LASTMA warned him more than 10 times, staying there for more than. When the LASTMA officers approached the driver came down. You know what the conductor did? He went and pulled out a screwdriver, stabbed LASTMA officers on his left eyes. It was widely published. Stab him on his left eyes. What our officers did was to quickly take our officers to the hospital before they apprehended that commercial buses. So these guys are very, very volatile. Not all of them anyway, but you have some of them that are very, very, in fact, I don't know any other adjective to use to qualify them. But of course, whenever we have them like that, we have to be extraordinarily careful. Not that we don't arrest them. We carry out enforcement on all these commercial buses on a daily basis. When you go to all our offices, you have their vehicles there. But the reason why you cannot have them for more than either 48 or 72 hours, the reason is that they cannot afford to have their vehicle within the LASTMA yard for a period of 2 days or 3 days. You know? When you arrest them this morning now, you refer them. The LASTMA issue a referral to them to appear at the mobile court. It's either that day or the following day, they appear at the mobile court. While at the mobile court, if the magistrate pronounces a fine for them to be paid, you have 2 or 3 of their colleagues outside waiting for them to contribute money to pay the fine and get the vehicle so that they'll be on the road again. So these are the challenges. But of course, that doesn't relent the activities of LASTMA on them. And their own is even aside. Even private car owners, their own is even another thing entirely.
So how is LASTMA now improving public confidence? Because you've given me about 3 scenarios, with LASTMA officials and these commercial drivers, and now you're about to talk about the public, the private vehicle owners. What is LASTMA doing to improve public confidence?
Part of what we are doing.
To have the support at
part of what we are doing is the reason why I'm here this morning.
Okay.
Enlightenment.
Okay.
This morning I've been at traffic radio.
So how often do you do this?
We do traffic radio is on weekly basis.
Okay.
We have community engagement. The establishment of LASTMA toll-free hotline is there.
Okay.
The social media handle of LASTMA, you can report there. Not necessarily you report about LASTMA activities. Anything you believe, we are taking traffic management to the doorstep of Lagosians.
Okay.
We want them to be part and parcel of the traffic management of the state. So these are the areas at which we want them to come on board. That is what we are doing to ensure that we enlighten them on what to be done, where they are moving to, how to move on the road, how to comport themselves on the road, how not to, run contrary to the provisions of the Lagos State Transport Sector Reform Law.
Thank you very much, Adebayo Taofiq, Director of Public Affairs, LASTMA. We've been talking about upgrading traffic gridlock and emergencies infrastructures. Again, I said it, I'm going to say it here again, it's not solely, traffic management is not solely for the government, it also involves you and I. Will be right back after this short break. Thank you.